WUB Network, America's sports leader, presents the Progressive Cup Series. We are live from Dover, Delaware for today's AAA 400. I'm Eddie Kalegi, first to Ed and Tripp for the Nabisco Pre-Race Show.
Welcome to the Nabisco Pre-Race Show. I'm Ed Kalegi, joined on the set by Tripp and Guinness. Today we begin the second half of the regular season at the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. Tripp, what will this 1 mile oval bring to these drivers today?
Ed, the Monster Mile is one of the biggest tests on the schedule. The long straightaways, heavy braking zones, and an older concrete surface can really do a lot of damage to the tires, so watch out for tire wear. In addition, the Monster is always lurking and looking to do damage to the field, so whenever we're at Dover, watch for at least one big wreck.
Right you are, Tripp, and now it's time for our Subway selections. Tripp, who's your pick today?
How can you pick against Jimmy Johnson at Dover? He's starting on the pole today, and he's got 10 wins here, so look for 7 time to notch number 11.
Kevin Harvick. Look for him to get win number 3 on the year. Now to Eddie Kalegi in the booth.
Thanks, guys. The Monster is lurking, looking to strike at any time. We welcome you to Dover Speedway for today's AAA 400. I'm Eddie Kalegi. 39 drivers ready to battle. Let's see our drivers to watch for. Jimmy Johnson is always a factor here. He starts on the pole, no surprise. Ryan Blaney has looked strong all weekend. He starts up in third. Harvick has dominated the mile-long tracks this year. Brad Keselowski lost in heartbreaking fashion last week. Joey Logano won last week but crashed in qualifying. Now the command.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome the Grand Marshal for today's AAA 400, former NFL football player and proud AAA member. Give it up for Brian Mitchell. Dover, are you ready? We have a great day of racing today. We're going to have a fair, competitive race out there. Drivers, start your engines.
NFL legend Brian Mitchell has fired up the engine as the cars begin to roll off. Let's see our starting grid. Row 1, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch. In row 2, it is Ryan Blaney and Kurt Busch. Then in row 3, Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick. Row 4, Denny Hamlin and Brad Keselowski. Row 5, we got Kyle Larson and Jamie Rockwell. In row 6, Matt Kenseth and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 7, Clint Bowyer and Jamie McMurray. Row 8, Trevor Bayne, Martin Truex Jr. In row 9, it's Chase Elliott, Danica Patrick. In row 10, Chris Buescher and Ryan Newman. In row 11, Dale Jr. and the Dinger. And then row 12, Landon Castle, Casey Kane. Row 13, Eric Almirola and Paul Menard. In row 14, Michael McDowell and Daniel Suarez. Row 15, Ty Dillon and David Reagan. Row 16, Eric Jones and Matt DiBenedetto. Row 17, Casey Mears and Timothy South. Row 18, Joey Gase and Jeffrey Earnhardt. Row 19, Joey Logano way in the back and Corey LaJoie season debut. Then Greg Galding rounds out the field. DNQ's Chase Montgomery and Ryan Ellis. Now looking at your race facts. There are 20 laps today, pit window 12 to 15 laps. Manage your tires, the Monster can bite at any time. Now to pit reports. Debbie, where are you?
I'm up here on the Monster Bridge, the best seat in the house, and the fans love it. Free food and drinks, lots of fun, and not to mention some of the greatest views in all of motorsports. I'm going to hang up here for a little while longer. Ed?
Jimmy Johnson starts on the pole. It's been 9 races since he last was in victory lane. Can he change that today? Kirk?
Speaking of winless droughts, it's been 68 races since Kurt Busch was last in victory lane. Starting a season-best 4th, we'll see if he can finally break through. Thanks, guys. Tripp, are you ready? Yes, I am. Hold them, flag, man. Green flag. Let's go. Let's roll. Jimmy Johnson leads them through 1 and 2 for the first time. Kyle Busch hanging side by side with him through turn 2. Here they come down the backstretch, fanning out 3 wide for the first time. Johnson through turn 3. Busch on his outside. Big run, and he's going to take the lead as we begin lap 2. Caution. Wow, Paul Menard, big save. And a caution out early here on lap 2. Paul Menard goes for a wild spin, but he keeps it off the wall and avoids any contact. Nice job by Paul. Replay. Yeah, you see the contact with McDowell. Watch Menard. Wow. Keeps it out of the wall. Oh, and he almost got hit once again. Now you're real speed of the wreck. Wow, and wow, it's crazy. Now it's time to restart lap 5. Kyle Busch in front. Green flag back in the air. Busch and Johnson, then Blaney, Austin Dillon. Bush hanging with Johnson. They're side by side through turn 2. Ryan Blaney lurking. Kurt Busch trying to get side by side with Dylan for 4th. Busch now clears Jimmy Johnson on board Ryan Blaney. Here they come coming to lap 6. Kyle Busch in front. Top 3 single file. Dylan Busch battle for 4th. It looks like Kurt Busch will have the nose ahead. Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Blaney catching lap traffic already. Greg Alden, Corey LaJoie, and others. Kyle Busch making his way through, getting a little bit of a gap between he and the 48. That 18 looks really strong. He's really driving away from the 48. Johnson trying to sift his way through lap traffic as Kurt Busch battles Ryan Blaney for 3rd. He'll get the spot as Kyle leads yet another lap. Busch in front by a wide margin over Jimmy Johnson. There's Joey Logano, who's a lap down. Kurt Busch, Blaney, Larson, your top 5. Here's Busch. Johnson gets a little loose. Here comes Kurt. Johnson got held up by the lap traffic. Kurt Busch to 2nd as Kyle Busch leads. Lap 9, Kyle Busch in front. We'll be back after this commercial break on WUB Network. Remember to check out the 3-Man Basketball League, the biggest basketball show in sports. Week 2 about to begin. Remember to check out the defense and the ballers here on WUB Network. Welcome back. We look at your Dover fan predictions. You see, wide majority of people picked Jimmy Johnson. 6 did. 3 more picked Chase Elliott, who you like. We have, of course, Jimmy Johnson and the Piston Cup Series, who picked Kyle Busch, who is absolutely dominating today. Dylan the Roblox Gamer, Kyle Larson, also a wise choice. There's Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch in 2nd. Johnson and Blaney battle for 3rd. Blaney under Jimmy. So Jimmy falling back. Kyle Busch with a big lead over Kurt. Kurt back there. Oh, car in the wall. Caution. That's Trevor Bayne, I think. Caution out here on lap 12. Trevor Bayne has hit the wall. He's okay. His car is not. And Bayne is done. Now to pit road. Pit stops lap 13. Denny Hamlin has climbed into the top 5, and he's starting to really like his number 11 Toyota. As a result, the crew will gamble with just 2 tires on this stop, and he's away. Ed?
Kurt Busch is also very happy with his car, having found his way all the way to 2nd before that caution. 4 tires and fuel, no adjustments for the 41. Debbie?
Kyle Busch has been dominant today, and there are no complaints from the driver of the 18. Just 4 tires and fuel, and he's away.
Thanks, guys, and because of pit strategy, a new leader here for the restart with 6 to go. It's Denny Hamlin, who took 2 tires. He starts out front. His teammate Kyle Busch starts on his outside. Kurt Busch having a strong day up in 3rd. Jimmy Johnson fell to 4th on pit road. And how about Chase Elliott, the last car in the lead lap in 13th? So many cars lapped. David Reagan, the Bass Pro Shops Lucky Fish, he's 1 lap down. Great flag back in the air. Hamlin and Busch side by side. They're looking good. Oh, Hamlin gets loose and he's in the wall. Big crash. And the caution is out. Oh my, the leader's wreck. Denny Hamlin's car smoking. Kyle Busch's car destroyed, climbing out, not happy at all. Wow, the dominant cars. There's Jimmy Johnson with damage getting repaired on pit road. Oh my goodness. Let's watch a replay. There's Denny. He gets a bump from Kurt Busch. I think he gets loose, and wow, big hit for the 18. Johnson makes some contact as well. The 2 Gibbs cars go to the garage. Jimmy Johnson will continue. Now different leaders for a restart with 2 to go. Kurt Busch now in control of this one. Keselowski looking to make up for last week's heartbreak. He's in 2nd. Now Ryan Blaney up in 3rd again. Jimmy Johnson remains on the lead lap in 11th. Kevin Harvick, the Bass Pro Shops Lucky Fish. Great flag back in the air. How about this? Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney. They're both getting good runs. Keselowski gets shuffled back slightly. Now Blaney right behind Kurt Busch. Down the back stretch they come. Blaney's going to have a good shot here. He won that All-Star race. A lot of momentum on his side. Kurt Busch, though, pulling away slightly. 1 lap to go. Keselowski, Larson battle for 3rd. Here comes Blaney. Blocking back and forth is Kurt Busch. Wow, here they come. Here they come towards the Monster Bridge one last time. Kurt Busch blocking Blaney. Blaney dives. He gets loose. Busch pulls away. For the first time this year, Kurt Busch is a winner at Dover. He worked through the melee and steals his first win of 17 as he burns it down. What a job by the 41. Very impressed. Now we look at your finishing order. Kurt Busch, Blaney, Keselowski, all Fords. Then Larson, Truex, Kenseth, Rockwell, Dylan, Harvick, Stenhouse, the top 10. Little fact for you, 6 of the 12 races this year have been won by Fords. Then Elliott, Johnson, last 2 on the lead lap. McMurray, Buescher, Earnhardt Jr., Newman, Boyer, Ty Dillon, Landon Castle, Casey Kane round out your top 20 in positional point spots. Yeah, then Danica Patrick 21st, Almirola, Logano, the Dinger, Suarez, Jones, McDowell, Reagan, DeBenedetto, Mears, your top 30. We head towards the very back of the field in 31st, Paul Menard, then South, Gase, Galding, Earnhardt, Denny Hamlin, very disappointing. LaJoie, Kyle Busch, a big disappointment. And Trevor Bayne brings up the rear. A lot of changes in the playoff standings after this race. Kevin Harvick overtakes Kyle Busch at the top. Now Kurt Busch locked in ninth, putting Jamie Rockwell on the bubble. Blaney Stenhouse just out. Eric Jones +7. Now Dale Jr. just a 7-point cushion. Truex still looks pretty good. So we hope you enjoyed this one. The next race, oh boy, it's Daytona again, the Coke Zero 400. Kurt Busch celebrates with his Stewart-Haas teammates in victory lane. Remember to follow the NPCS on Twitter at Eddie Kalegi, at Trip McGinnis. For everyone here at WUB Network, I'm Eddie Kalegi. We'll see you at Daytona.